Good day, everyone. So again, welcome to my discussion again. So before we've discussed already the tribal groups, the hidden meaning, and the tribal dance. And then next is we have already discussed also the Philippine costumes. Then the last meeting we have discussed it. So right now, any guess or any guess kung sa atong next topic for this morning? So for today, our next discussion is about the Philippine folk dances. So you're so familiar about Philippine folk dances, right? Because I know some of you here already dance it during your elementary and your junior high and senior high school. So we will discuss now about the Philippine folk dances, some of the Philippine folk dances. But first, I will show you some photos and I will say what kind of dance is this. Alright, first, it is the pandango sa baso. And the next one is the tinikling. It is the tinikling. Then the next photo, it is the sayaw sa bangko. One of the hardest folk dance is the sayaw sa bangko. Next is the tinikling. It is the singkil. Sorry, the singkil. And the next is the pandango sa ilaw. So class, first we will discuss some of the folk dances here in our country, which is the Philippines. First is the kuratsa. It is very known here, especially in the provinces. Some of the, like for example, during fiesta, it is mostly seen in the disco or somewhere and if there's a program in a certain barangay, usually siya mawala ning kuratsa, especially here in Leyte or in the Samar, because it is where it all began. So it says that the kuratsa is a famous folk dance in the Philippines, right, as I've said earlier. The place origin of this dance is the Samar Island, which is our neighbor lang na province. The kuratsa is considered a courtship dance in the Philippines. This Filipino dance has three parts. First is where the couple performs a waltz. Second is the music sets a faster pace as the man pursues the woman. The man pursues the woman around the dance floor in a chase. And then lastly, the music becomes even faster as the man wins over the woman with his mating dance. And one interest, the folk dance that's here in the Philippines, right? So it is very interesting that they are using this kind of dance as a courtship or panliligaw here in our here, especially here in the province in the Leyte and the Samar. It is very known na kuratsa, like they're throwing money as especially if they are courting a girl. It symbolizes like a courting a girl, and they use this money, and then as the dance go faster, they are chasing more the girls, and sometimes they are using a chair for the girl to rest, and then the man keep on courting her through kuratsa, and that's they call the kuratsa dance. Next, it's the pandango sa ilaw. You've seen it earlier, the pandango sa ilaw. The pandango sa ilaw is one of the dances of the island also here in the Philippines. The origin is in the Lubang Island, which is in Mindoro. Just like the binasuan, just like the binasuan, itong mura po kini pandango sa ilaw is a game of balancing of glasses, only with the candles inside the dancers inside the glass, and the dancers have to balance 3 oil lamps, one of the head, and then the 2 is in the hand. It's a lively Philippine folk dance that originated in Lubang Island in Occidental Mindoro. The music is in 3/4 time and is usually accompanied by a castanets. So if you are always game for challenging Filipino folk dances, you can use this, the pandango sa ilaw. You can perform this if you really want to have challenges when it comes to folk dance. It's a very hard dance though. The pandango ilaw is similar to Spanish fandango, but the pandango folk dance is performed while balancing 3 oil lamps. So tulo siya ka lamps. Next is the sayaw sa bangko. As I've said earlier, it is one of the hardest also folk dance here in our country, and it is very known here in our country, and its origin is from Pangasinan. Another example of Philippine folk dance that will test your skills, as I've said earlier, is the sayaw bangko. It is dancing on a chair, literally you're dancing in a chair. It is performed on top of a narrow bench. To ace this ethnic dance in the Philippines, dancers need to have a good balance as they go through a series of movements that include some impressive acrobatics. So if you want a challenging folk dance also, you need to try this kind of folk dance. I remember before when I was in grade 4, we danced this sayaw sa bangko. It was really hard. It was really hard to dance in that pace of a narrow chair, because you need to balance not just yourself but also your partner, especially if there are some acrobatics you need to perform, so you need to balance yourself and your partner as well. Next is the Cariñosa. Cariñosa also is a type of folk dance for courtship. So it's originated from the Panay Island. If there is one type of folk dance in the Philippines that will surprise you, literally, it's the Cariñosa, the Philippine folk dance. You might think that most of the Philippine folk dances include women characters that have a shy or a Maria Clara personality, right? Well, it's true. Cariñosa dance is a Filipino cultural dance made for flirting, hence it's a courtship dance in the Philippines. Also, the dances make several flirtatious movement as they peek out of one another behind fans or handkerchiefs. So it's like a courtship dance also, guys. And like the girl is bringing a fan for hiding her face, or it's like a shy girl, and the man is keeping chasing him, and you have the the handkerchief, and then the girl is wearing a cariñosa dress. I remember before also when I was in high school that time. Yes, I remember high school that time. We have we performed folk dance during the district meet in our district here in Opacan, and we actually performed the Cariñosa as the folk dance competition. It was, we thought before it is very easy, but it's really hard because you need to have that grace, the poise, and the exact the proper execution. You need to have you need to perform it to the proper execution though. So it was really hard also, and you need to also to have a proper balance with height when it comes to height, because I think that's one of the problem during that time in our time that we really need to balance our height, because it's a courtship dance, so you need to pair with the same height. That's what that's as far as I remember though before. Next is the tinikling, and it's tinikling, right? It is also a famous folk dance here also in our country, and it is of course place originated. It is in our province, which is the Leyte. Tinikling is one of the most famous dances here, and the movements of this Filipino folk dance imitate the movement of the tickling bird as it was around through tall grass and between three branches. People use bamboo poles to perform this Filipino traditional dance. Tinikling is composed of 3 basic steps, which include singles, doubles, and hops. So in the tinikling dance, you need to have the bamboo, and then there are 4 people actually using the bamboo stick, and then there are 2 couples dancing on that stick. So it is originated in the Leyte. Next, the itik-itik. The itik-itik is also a popular folk dance here in our country, and was originated in the Surigao del Sur. The itik-itik, named after a species of duck or the itik, whose movements the dance imitates. This example of Philippine folk dance from the Surigao del Sur mimics how the itik walks and splashes water to attract a mate. So it was inspired to an animal, which is the duck, and they perform it like a duck also. So the itik is a duck in the Surigao del Sur. It is a Bisaya language, I think. The itik, and it was inspired to itik. That dance was inspired an itik or a duck. Next, the maglalatik. The maglalatik is originally from Binyan, Laguna. The maglalatik, a folk dance in Luzon, is not just any other traditional dance in our country that mimics the movements of animals. This dance is in the Philippines has a meaning. It is a mock war dance that depicts a fight over coconut meat, a highly prized food. The Filipino folk dance is broken into 4 parts. There are 2 devoted to the battle, or the 2 devoted in reconciling. The dancing men wear coconut shells as part of their costumes, and they hit them in rhythm with the music as well. Maglalatik is a dance in the religious procession during the Fiestas of Binyan, Laguna, as an offering to San Isidro de Labrador, the patron saint of farmers. So this dance kuno di ay dili lang siya they just perform maglalatik for to have a performance lang. They have this, like, if you are fighting for a coconut, diba, which is very high demand in terms to highly prized food is coconut, or on the other hand, they are devoted for makipagbati sila. They are dancing this coconut or the maglalatik. That's why they have coconut shell in their body, and then they have using it to have a rhythm with the music. Next is the binasuan. The binasuan is like a pandango sabsiya, but kini siyang binasuan, another folk dance in Luzon, was originated in Pangasinan, but it was originated actually in Bayamban, Pangasinan. The word binasuan means with the use of the drinking glasses, from the word baso. It is one of the most challenging Filipino dances, as the dancers need to balance glasses on their heads and in their hands as they move. What it makes it more difficult is that the glasses are filled with rice wine, which make any misstep a messy mistake. So sa pandango sa ilaw, the glass nana si Jay gibutangan nga kandila, di ba? Kandila nga ilang i-balance. While in the binasuan, ang nakabutang ato is a rice wine. Di ba? Mo nakalahin nila. They are more the same, pero ang nakabutang is ang sa binasuan rice wine ang nakabutang, ang sa pandango is a candle. Next, the singkil. The singkil is originated in the Lake Lanao. Singkil is a Mindanao folk dance that originated from the Maranao people and is based on the story in the Darangen, the pre-Islamic Maranao interpretation of the ancient Hindu-Indian epic, the Marayana. The tribal dance in the Philippines means to entangle the feet with disturbing objects such as vines and anything in your path. That the lead dancer in the role of Puri Gondingan, the Darangin name of Sita, graciously manipulates either fans, scarves, or her hands while she steps in and out of the closing bamboo poles. The poles are arranged in either a parallel, rectangular, or crisscross fashion. The singkil dance is one of the most popular folk dance here in our country. So singkil, diba, it's like, diba, as I've said in the previous class, na ang singkil is a dance of a prince and a princess nga kini nga sayaw. So for kining prince and princess ni siya nga sayaw. So it is like a tinikling also, but it has a different like, you know, the meaning, and then the dancers here also, but it is both hard to perform. Next is the Kapa Malong Malong. The Kapa Malong Malong is a Filipino folk dance that originated in Mindanao. The place of origin is the Maranao tribe in the Mindanao. The Maranao siya nga mga tribe. The Kapa Malong Malong is a cultural dance in the Philippines influenced by the Muslims. The malong is a tubular garment, and the folk dance essentially shows the many ways, and it can be worn differently or in many ways you want. The traditional dance in the Philippines is not only for women though, but there is also men's version of the dance since they wear malongs in different ways. So that's the last folk dance that we will discuss for this day. So any question? Any clarification? If you have a question, okay, so wala na. Alright, so if you don't have any question, this ends this ends the class. the discussion about the Philippine folk dances. I want you to review all those topics that we've discussed, and for the next meeting, we will have a quiz. Alright? So, thank you everyone for listening. So, have a good day. Thank you.